today? Hey, today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. The grown-ups in church are going to be talking about stewardship, so I thought we could talk about it too, okay? So, stewardship, have you heard that word before? It just means taking good care of something that either belongs to you or has been trusted with you. Okay, so sometimes we hear this word when we talk about stewardship for the earth. Right? God made the earth and put a lot of time and energy into it, and God loved the earth and he entrusted it to the people to take care of. And it's our job, remember? We all have the same job of caring for the earth, even kids. And that is stewardship, caring for the earth, doing the right things and making sure that the earth is kept as good as possible for future generations, and just because we love God and we love what God makes. So, what are some other things that we are stewards of? The grown-ups are talking about being a steward of our church, of Davis Community Church. And they take care of it by giving it their money, their time, their energy, and their talents and gifts. And I wonder, what are some things that you spend time or money or your talents and gifts on? Do you have a pet? Pets are a great way to take care of something. They teach us responsibility because they need so much help, right? You have to keep your pet fed and make sure it has enough water and make sure it's warm enough or cold enough if it's like a penguin. Make sure it has a dry place to sleep or a wet place if it's a fish, right? You have to take care of your pet because it can't do it itself. You could also take care of a garden, right? I'm sitting out here next to my purple flowers, and I am a steward of the plants in my yard. I make sure they have enough water, and I make sure the weeds don't grow up and get all over them. Yeah, there's stewardship you can do in your own yard. What are some other things you take care of? How about, do you have a bicycle? Yeah, you have to take care of your bicycle. You don't want to drop it on the ground. You want to make sure to gently lean it or use the kickstand. You don't want to leave it outside overnight, right? Because somebody might take it, or it could get rusty if it rained or the sprinkler turned on. Yeah, you got to make sure you take care of your bike. You're a good steward of your bike. Yeah. Do you know you can even be a good steward of a friendship? You can. A friendship isn't something you can touch, right? It's not like a thing you can take care of. But there are ways that you can care for a friendship. You can make sure that you're a good listener to your friend. And when you talk with your friend, you're not the only one talking. You also ask questions and listen. You can make sure that your friend feels cared for by saying kind things. You can take care of a friendship too. And here's the interesting thing about stewardship. I like this phrase that you water what you want to see grow. That's a stewardship phrase. It's like in my garden. If I have this row of purple flowers and I'm watering them all, and I see a little one, am I going to give it less water because I don't want to waste my water on the little plant? No, I'm going to give it extra water because I want to see it grow, right? I want to make sure that it has a chance to get as big as it should be. And that's the same with other things. Maybe you have a bicycle that's kind of meh looking. It's sort of dirty, and maybe something on it is sort of bent, and maybe it squeaks when you ride it. Are you just going to say, oh, this bike is useless, forget it? No, you're going to take your time and fix it up, right? You're going to put some oil on the gears. You're going to shine it up and get the dirt off. Maybe you'll put some streamers or some cool things on the spokes and bling it out. Yeah, you take care of the things that you want to see be better. How about with your pet? Maybe you have a dog and it's kind of a boring dog that just lays around. Are you going to say, oh, this dog is hopeless. Forget this dog. No, you can go take your dog outside and play with it, maybe teach it some new tricks, brush its fur, make sure it looks good and feels good. And that's a great way to be a steward of your dog. You don't give up on the things that seem small or not as pretty. You invest more into them and you make it better. And that's what the grown-ups are doing with DCC. They're taking the things that they think need to grow and they're putting more energy into it. They're saying, this is great, that is great, let's get it bigger, let's get it better, let's get it prettier, let's make sure it's thriving. And that is what stewardship is all about. Not just doing the basics of what you should probably do. I guess I'll feed the dog. It's been half a day. He's probably hungry. No, make sure you really do the best so your dog is thriving. So your bike looks awesome. So your garden has loads of flowers. Right? That's what stewardship is all about. Doing your best and making sure that you water what you want to see grow. So this week, what are some things that you can do to be a good steward? Do you have a garden? Do you have a pet? Do you have a bike? Maybe you have a friendship that needs some work. Maybe you haven't talked to your friend in a really long time. Ask your parents or your grown-up if you can do a Zoom call with your friend. Or maybe you could socially distant, far away, meet them at a park. Just try your best to be a good steward of what you have. That's your challenge this week, okay? We'll check in next week and see how it went. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.